Yo, we're here. Team meeting, that's the name of this. Changed it. Found it. Got a name. Team meeting, and that's TEAM with little dots. It's an acronym. And we'll talk about that at the very end because it also correlates with channel memberships, which are live. Be a part of the team. Be a part of the private Discord channels. That's pretty much the perk, as well as being a part of different team meetings and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll get... That's not what this is about, although we can talk about it at the end of the video. What this is about is the news. The video game news, the biggest, the hottest, the most juicy, yummy news stories from last week. And I'm starting off with the biggest one. I'm not going to waste the time. I'm not going to send it to the end and make you watch all the way through. We're going with the biggest one, and that was the Nintendo Switch Pro. Rumors, right? Rumors. And I'm not a rumor guy. I'm not into rumors. But this one, come on, Mike, just get it together. This one has something special. We got some extra evidence. We got evidence from the magical, mystical, wonderful Bloomberg. Now, I'm new to this game. I'm new to this tech game. I'm new to this whole reporting on tech news. But what I'm not new to is the word Bloomberg. When you hear Bloomberg, you know the next sentence is as if it was written in a holy text. When Bloomberg speaks, you listen. And so allegedly, Bloomberg reported on the Nintendo Switch Pro going into some sort of manufacturing state in July to be released in September. This is the what hit the rumor mill. Now, what is that Nintendo Switch Pro going to have? Is it going to have extra buttons? Is the screen going to be huge? Is it going to be some sort of 4K output? I don't know. I don't know. There's rumors everywhere. Is it going to look like the Switch? Is the Joy-Cons going to be able to be detachable? What are we dealing with? Are your old Joy-Cons going to work on? I don't know. What I do know is that the Nintendo Switch Pro is set to be revealed sometime before E3. At least that is what Bloomberg is saying. And I've seen some really interesting things happen online. One was, and again, I don't know if this is real or not, but here's the deal. It's cycling around. We're going to talk about it. And that is the fact apparently there was a post on Amazon for this Nintendo Switch Pro. I mean, something's happening. And apparently this is happening all before E3. And that makes sense. And let me take a sip and we'll talk about it. The reason why that makes sense is, now, at first I was like, why wouldn't they want to talk about it at E3? They got the Nintendo Direct. This would be an amazing thing to talk about at E3. But imagine how much time it would take to talk about this when they could just be talking about the games that are optimized for it. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? That makes more sense. I mean, we haven't gotten any information on the Zelda 35th anniversary celebration. Last year, we got the 35th anniversary of Mario. This year, we're going to be hitting month 6. Right, we're going into the beginning of the halfway mark, right? Once we crack through the 6th month, we're halfway through the year. We're almost at the halfway mark, and we still haven't gotten any sort of announcement from Nintendo if they're going to do anything about Zelda 35th anniversary, which for me is a little bit heartbreaking because I'm a huge Zelda fan. I love all the Zelda games. We do have the remaster, of course, and the HD version of Skyward Sword coming out, which we spoke about on the last episode. If you missed it, go ahead and check that out. But there's nothing. So we're hoping for something special. Now, if they're going to be doing that 3D remaster of maybe some of the older Ocarina of Time, I'd love to see that, or any of these kind of things. Awesome. That's really not going to lean heavy into this new hardware. But what would be, I don't know, Breath of the Wild 2? I would love to see some sort of talk about Breath of the Wild 2. But this Nintendo Switch Pro, or this Nintendo Switch 2, or this refresh of the Nintendo Switch, realistically, we've gotten nothing as far as refreshes for the Nintendo Switch in its 4 years of being alive. There's one thing that we got. We got a V2, which apparently dealt with some sort of increased battery life, right? And then we got this guy, this beauty, this wonderful little thing, which I just picked up a couple weeks back, and I've been using it exclusively. I have not touched my Nintendo Switch. I've only been using a Nintendo Switch Lite to see, can you do it? Can you only use a Lite? And you'll have to find out in 2 days when I post that video. I love it. I'll just say this. I really am enjoying my experience on the Nintendo Switch Lite, but this new Switch Pro, what's it going to, and there's talk about a price increase. My biggest concern when it comes to this Switch Pro isn't what features it's going to have. Because for me, when it comes to gaming, I just want the system that's going to get me into the most games, right? I got my Xbox Series S. I didn't get it because it's necessarily the most powerful machine, right? I get it. It only has 4 teraflops and not 12 teraflops. I've seen that multiple times in my comments. Why I got it was because it was a key. And that key unlocked the door, and the door is Microsoft. It unlocked the door for me to play Xbox games, right? I have a computer that can play, it's partitioned, but I have a computer that can play Game Pass games on there as well. I don't do that because I'm a console gamer, but I can do that. So I bought the Series S. I didn't get the Series X. It was intentional. It wasn't because I couldn't get the Series X. I could have sat around, waited, purchased at the right time. But I got that because it unlocked access to these games. I got PlayStation 5 now. It did the exact same thing. Unlocked access to what's coming down the pike. And we got some pretty fun stuff coming down the pike, and I'm really excited to cover that on this channel. And what I'm worried about is that this Nintendo Switch Pro is going to experience the same shortages that these two systems are experiencing now. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Nintendo, when the Switch first came out, we got shortages. It was so hard to find. At the beginning of last year, I guess a third of the way in, around that April time, it was really hard to find a Nintendo Switch. Right, and due to what's happening with manufacturing and all the crazy stuff in these other countries with the I think it was microcontrollers, I'm worried. I'm concerned. A little shooken up because I really don't want that to happen to my beloved Nintendo Switch because I know, this thing's selling like crazy. Out of all the systems, the Nintendo Switch is flying off the shelves. Thankfully, right now we can do it. So that's a concern of mine. If we're seeing rumors that are true now, we get that announcement, there's going to be some serious hype. And that's something I'm worried about. Am I worried that they're going to deliver? Not at all. It doesn't matter to me. I'll get it. It's just, man, oh man, is there going to be that hot flying, especially September, man. That's right before the holiday. It's timed right. I'm just a little worried that we're going to see that same shortage. So that's what's going on with Nintendo Switch. And let's keep it in the Nintendo world for one more moment. Pokemon Legends, Arceus. How do you say this properly? Arceus. Pokemon Legends was announced to have an actual release date of January 28th, 2022. Companies right now, we are 2 weeks away from E3, and companies are throwing dates out. They're throwing dates out like, oh my gosh, what's his name from Indiana Jones? Marcus. They're throwing dates out like Marcus should have before his beloved monkey died. That's a deep cut. That is a deep cut. And I heard my wife in the other room go like this. You know what that means? That means, oh. Every time in that movie, she goes, oh, the monkey. They are throwing dates out like Marcus should have thrown dates out before his beloved monkey ate the poisonous date. Gosh, that's a good reference. Indiana Jones reference. Raiders of the Lost Ark reference. Boom. Nailed it. So we got Pokemon Legends, and it's coming out January 28th, 2022. For those of you excited about that game, people kept comparing it, and I had a buddy who was kind of frustrated, my friend who's most into Pokemon games, it's a Breath of the Wild version of Pokemon. But really what it is, it's a beautiful free world style, run around, find a Pokemon, see it, and interact with it, right? Rather than kind of running through the brush and then seeing something. We had that hybrid with Pokemon Sword Shield where you could see some Pokemon and other ones were just hidden in the field, and it's cool. This is going to be a little bit more stylized. The trailers look great, and I'm going to get it. It's just, so they threw that date out. Now, let's talk about, we had some presentations last week that were pretty big. 2 huge ones, and then 2 what I would say kind of smaller ones. Let's start with the one that I was more excited about, and that's the Horizon Forbidden West presentation. We had a state of play. Sony did something a little interesting, right? At 9 a.m., they started the state of play. They started the broadcast with basically it looked like security cam footage of this world. And it's beautiful, right? It's just a bunch of beautiful game play, whatever. Now, you're watching it at a lower resolution. It's compressed to heck because it's live streamed on YouTube, so it's not like the best, but you can imagine. I mean, you can appreciate what they're doing and the kind of beauty that they're putting into this game. It looks sick. I mean, I was really into it, and then we got to see, I think it was like the advertised 14 minutes of gameplay. I loved it. I thought it looked awesome. We had some cool hand-to-hand combat. The way that you interacted with the environment was cool. We got some underwater shots. We got some hand-to-hand, and then some like distance stuff. And I love Aloy. I think she's a great character. I like the way that the whole world is set up, and we got little glimpses during that. That was such a cool thing of the Golden Gate Bridge. This takes place 1,000 years in the future from where we're at right now. Machines have overrun. It's basically a dinosaur world, but all the dinosaurs are machines. And it was this really cool experience. And I mean, she's got a hang glider, kind of like Breath of the Wild. She's got like a slingshot. You can do things. The game seems a little bit more interactive. And I mean, they said something, and we saw it. It's going to be supported on the PlayStation 4. You know what other game is going to be supported on the PlayStation 4? Far Cry 6, which was talked about this week. Far Cry 6 said that they are going to do their best to make the game look as good as they can on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and still support that system. And I think that right now, these companies that are making these decisions are awesome. For one reason, we know, again, that we are at a shortage when it comes to these technologies, right? People want to get their hands on these big boy systems, these big girl systems. And they can't because they're nowhere to be found. People are buying them up. Scalpers are getting them and being just the dirtiest people with them. And they're selling them for astronomical prices, and they're just shorting everybody. And it's really tough. The manufacturing is they're trying to ramp it up, and they're like, we're going to do it. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we can't because you guys just want it. And to see companies be like, we're making games, they're going to look darn good on these next-gen systems. But guess what? We're also going to make them look darn good on the last-gen systems because we know you want to play it, and we're here to have you play video games. And guys, that's what it's all about. It's about playing these games, experiencing these stories, and having these companies showcase what they've been doing for a long time. Doesn't matter if you're on a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox, Series X, Series S, One S, One X. These companies are saying, we got the game for you, and we're going to allow you to play it on your system. Now, not all people are doing that, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, the next installment in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, is only coming to the PlayStation 5. It doesn't have that backwards compatibility, which, some people are frustrated about. But, we still see stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West, part of that Horizon series, getting that PlayStation 4 release as well. And I think that's cool. I really do. I think it's cool. Good on you guys. Keep doing that kind of stuff because us gamers we want to experience your stories. And I mean, I love it. I love those kind of games, adventure games, story game. I'm huge into it. I'm not really into the Uncharted series because I think it's basically just like an interactive story where you just like press X to continue. I want to be able to like run around a little bit, but I just love it. I'm not so, I can't believe I'm going to say it. I don't like first-person shooters. And it's not because I don't think they're good. I don't like Call of Duty that much. And it's not because I don't think it's good. I think it's a fantastic game. I just don't like playing it. I'm bad at it. I'm bad at first-person shooters. I can hold my own a little bit on Fortnite. I can't build for anything. But I can at least get through some of that battle royale. I can't do anything in Warzone or Apex. And I like force myself to try to play. I'm like, I got to. I'm a gamer. I got to play these first-person shooters. You know what? I'm just going to redefine it right now. You don't have to, right? You're released. We're released. I'm releasing myself from the responsibility to play and to like first-person shooters. I don't. They're violent. It makes me not feel good inside. Sure, Halo's fun. It's a story, though. Running around in Battle Royale style, I'm not into it. Not into it. Feels good to get that off my chest. And drink some more coffee. All right, on to the next news, guys. On to the next topic. And that is something that a lot of people were excited about. Me, I am learning to be excited about this because I've entered into his world only recently, although I did watch the television show. Sonic the Hedgehog. We had a Sonic Central, and boy, oh boy, was it something that was pretty cool. There's a bunch of stuff that was going on. I'll just kind of read off what they talked about. We got the Sonic concert, which is going to be a live concert that you can stream online summer. Game Fest. It's going to be free. June 23rd. We had Tokyo 2020 Sonic skin, so you can play as an athlete in the Tokyo games as Sonic. It looked real weird, not going to lie. But you can do that. It comes out June 22nd. Pre-orders are available right now. We have 2 Point Hospital, a game where I guess you're saving lives and you can play as Sonic. Kind of weird. It's a free in-game item. It's basically a skin. So Sonic skin. Last Judgment, there is a game that you can play the Sonic game on the arcade in the game. It's kind of meta game inside of a game. September 24th. A little peep at Minecraft. Might be getting something in Minecraft. There was not much there, but it looked like we might be getting a skin in Minecraft or something along those lines. Sonic Colors Ultimate, September 7th. You can pre-order it right now. And then episodes of Sonic Colors Rise of the Whips coming out summer of 2021. And we got a little preview of that. And then Sonic Team Racing on PlayStation Now, which is going to be kind of cool. There's some Sonic stuff. And we got ourselves a new Sonic game coming out in 2022. That's all that they gave us. It was kind of a cool little ending of it all, but it looked pretty dope. And so we're going to be getting a new Sonic game. Or at least that's what we're led to believe. And I think that's pretty rad. Again, I didn't grow up playing the Sonic games, and I have played a bunch of them now. Sonic Mania is one of them. I have some on my Switch. They're fun. I mean, they're great. It wasn't a game I was super into. I did not own Sega systems, and so it just wasn't. It wasn't a world. I did watch the television show. I thought it was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, so that's what happened with the Sonic. Now let's kind of finish this up with let's go into a little spot in my heart. Square Enix. Square Enix had a little presentation about Dragon Quest. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dragon Quest. The series has been around since like 86. One of the pioneers of traditional Japanese RPG style gaming. You select your move, you attack, you get experience, you get monies, you kill monsters, and you move on. You run around in an overworld, and you enter into towns and purchase items. You get the drill, guys. Japanese RPGs, Final Fantasy, all that stuff. Dragon Quest has been around for a while. There's 11 of them up until this presentation where they talked about there being a 12th one. We got a little reminder of what Dragon Quest was, and we have some updates on what's happening with Dragon Quest. Square Enix announced the Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, as well as a remaster of Dragon Quest III, and we got some stuff like additional expansions in the online version of Dragon Quest X or X, which is only available in Japan. Kind of cool, but looks like we have a little 35th anniversary Nintendo. We need to talk, man. Why is Dragon Quest getting a 35th anniversary? I'm still waiting for my boy Link to get the respect he deserves. And he's pulled the Master Sword like 117 times, and he's still not getting his 35th Direct. Just waiting for it. That's all I'm saying. Not mad. Just disappointed. It can happen. It's easy. All you gotta do is announce it and say, hey guys, we got Zelda. Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. It's it. Hey, and if it happens at E3, you know what? Better late than never. But guys, it's been almost 6 months. Just saying, missed opportunity. Back to Dragon Quest. So yeah, Dragon Quest got some attention, got some stuff. Now, admittedly, I haven't played a lot of the Dragon Quest games, but I'm going to. It's free right now if you have Game Pass. It's Dragon Quest 11 is on Game Pass. And apparently it's a really good one. Like one of the best. There's a video on Nintendo Life where they rank, it's a YouTube channel, they rank all of them based on the community. The community took place making a poll about it. And apparently The 11th one's like really good. Echoes of Something Definitive Edition, whatever it may be. And you can play it if you have Game Pass. So that's great. And it's like Final Fantasy where aside from like, some Final Fantasy games where they expand on each other, though the world may be similar, every story is its own and lore doesn't necessarily link together, right? So they got like Final Fantasy 7 happening with Cloud and all that stuff is very different than Final Fantasy 10. Some of the same things that you might get are like chocobos or Gil, some terminologies. As far as the lore, it doesn't link up. So there you go. Dragon Quest got a little bit of stuff. And Square Enix, here's the deal. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can make a Octopath Traveler version of any game. I'm going to buy it again. I mean, I love that old school look and a new school twist. It's just so good. Good music, fun gameplay, traditional turn-based. Sign me up. Sign me. And last is what is leaving today, Game Pass. We got a bunch of games. A few I have no clue. And a few that I really am sad. Asset Chorus. Leaving cloud and console. No clue. Broforce is leaving the PC. Broforce is great. Buy it. That's it. If you're playing it on PC, play it. If you have a Switch, get it. Just buy it. It's great. Now, these are the ones I'm bummed about. I do own them on PlayStation, so it's whatever. Kingdom Hearts. They had all the Kingdom Hearts. 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix and 2.8 HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Those were leaving. Surviving Mars and Void Bastards is leaving. That's it. Those are leaving. So that's all I got for you for the big news of last week, at least the big news in my book. If there's news I missed, news you wanted to hear, or news that I didn't talk about last week, well, guess what? Last week's over. We're going to move into the next week. You can comment below what you want to talk about. I'm always taking suggestions. Send me different things. My email is on the About page. You can always just send me emails. Say, hey, you should talk about this. And guess what I'll do? Try. Can't make any promises. Be awesome, guys. Be magnificent. And most of all, and there's not much more I can say. I think we've covered it all. But I think it goes without saying, even though I'm going to say it. But it can go without saying. Oh, that's bitter. Happy gaming.